right, so if you guys remember, last night I tried to start the car and essentially I wasn't able to start it. It wasn't working and I had an error code for the fuel pump control module, basically not having power. What ended up happening was that one of the wires was swapped, the red and the black, on the controller. So I just basically depinned it using one of these tools. I used this little guy right here, put it in there, just like the coil grounding kit, and popped it out, swapped the wires, and it worked fine. I did reach out to EQT, that's what they told me. You know, things happen, it's manufacturing. So I'm not upset about it. I'm just glad it was a super easy fix and it wasn't like a defective pump, which, you know, obviously can happen regardless of what brand you get. With that being said, the car now starts and we are going to double check all of our bolts, make sure everything's good, and then we're gonna go on a quick little drive. Y'all hear that fuel pump? That thing is loud. Here in my garage. Let's get it, boys. Man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It's about to get wild. So we're just gonna let this log for about 90 seconds, give or take. So we got a timer going currently, 45 seconds left. This fuel pump is so loud, man. Like compared to the factory one, like this isn't a super loud fuel pump. Like I've heard some really loud ones and this one is not one of them, but it's still way louder than factory. Crazy. All right, timer is done. We're gonna stop the log. Now I'm gonna run to the gas station, grab some gas, and we'll catch you guys in just a minute. All right, guys, we are going to do the next log. This is the wide open throttle time. Lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous. I believe we gotta do 2,000 to 6,500 sport mode. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. What the f? Oh my God. That was fast. Wow. Guys. That was really fast. I wasn't even looking at the speedometer, but like, wow. All right, so we're gonna cut back to the hut and just look over the car and make sure everything's good. That was the first real pull I've done on this setup. And we're gonna submit our logs over to Anthony at EQT, who is tuning my car. Sorry for all the rattles. I have tools with me, you know, just in case we blow off a charge pipe or a clamp or something. I got a couple of different stuff with me. So that's what a lot of the rattling is. But yeah, oh my God, man. We're at my desk now, and I'm gonna boot up Access Port Manager, loading up everything. See all my tunes over here. We got a bunch of different ones. So I imagine it'd be the newest ones. Put that into my folder right here. Okay. Yep. All right, let's put that right there. Obviously, I'm not gonna show you this because I'm sure you know how to email someone. At least I hope. If you can install a turbo, you can hopefully email someone, right? So I'm gonna email these over and we'll catch you guys in a second. All right, boys, so it's time to do a 4th gear pull, 2,000 to redline. With that in mind, we're gonna go to Mexico. So right now I'm about to flash on the second revision, the first revision to our base map. What are we doing here, boys? Oh my gosh, I forgot my microphone. Shoot, that's upstairs. All right, well, we'll make do without the microphone for today. The turbo is way louder. Like, I immediately noticed as soon as I started the car, like, it sounds like it's more aggressive. All right, let's go. It has been a long day. Got some revisions done. We got 3 revisions done. So tomorrow we're gonna be doing the live tuning session with EQT on the dyno. Hopefully finish out the rest of the tune for this car and just get it dialed in. I'll be honest, I'm something about, you know, doing a full watt 4th gear pull, just, it doesn't sit right with me. That is very fast. We went to Mexico, we did one, we got the log, got the revision, but nah, that's too far of a drive, you know what I mean? So we're gonna be going to the dyno, finishing out everything there, and hopefully that means tomorrow the car will be fully tuned and dialed in. I will say already, just like even on the 2nd or 3rd revision, the car pulls incredibly hard. Like it's fast. It's at 31 PSI right now. I'm not sure how aggressive we're gonna make it. I would like it to be like 420 wheel roughly. That's kind of the number I'm shooting for. I don't want to go over that. Either way, that's plenty of power. This is a front wheel drive car on 93. Like this isn't even on ethanol yet. So once we get MPI and we get the flex tune, that'll be different. But I think for right now, we should enjoy the car how it is and have some fun with it because it's still way faster than stage 2. And I would say having gone from stock to stage 1, that's a huge increase. Going from stage 1 to stage 2, it's not crazy. And I never ran ethanol with stage 2. I'm very, very shocked with how fast it is now. It really feels like I went from stock to stage 1, which was just like when I did that initially, it was wild. Yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully tomorrow, like I said, we'll get the tune dialed in on the dyno. Never operated a dyno before, but we're gonna be operating a dyno. We're gonna throw up the camera and just try our best to do the things that we gotta do to the thing, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know, man. This has been, I know I've said this like 100 times, but it has been an absolute journey going from never really doing many mods myself prior to me starting this YouTube channel to where we're at now. And sorry, I gotta turn off my cabin light because we don't want the battery to die. I put back in the rear seats because it was extremely loud from the fuel pump, which by the way, it sounds like a race car fuel pump, you know what I mean? It's just been wild because I didn't even install my own downpipe when I went stage 2. Like, I was like, oh no, I can't do that. And I mean, now we basically removed the downpipe almost fully to do the turbo and that rear oil line. It's just wild, man. I never thought I'd be at my current spot. You know, when I was like 16, I had my Mark V Jetta. That was my first car. I mean, first of all, buying this car, and it's not paid off, by the way. Don't think it is. I still owe like a decent chunk of change on it. But, you know, going from that car to this car and now, I mean, basically building this car to the point where it's twice as fast as stock almost, that's wild. It's really wild. And I learned a lot, I gotta say. I learned a ton, especially working around the radiator and having broken that and, you know, the fender liner incident, which we're not gonna talk about that. We got fender liner on the way. That's gonna be another video. We'll just place the fender liner, call it a day. Not worry about it. It never happened. Shove it under the rug, except for the YouTube history, because that's where you guys can go see it again, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to say it's been surreal. I'm very happy with the car again. I got really bored of it for a while, you know, and I would say that this definitely helped me kind of be like, oh wow, this thing is kind of fun again. You know, I don't think I'm gonna keep the car forever, realistically, but I do want to keep it at least till it's paid off, which will be in another 1.5 to 2 years. We'll definitely keep the car until then, do a couple more things. I still got plans for the car, don't worry. Not leaving it the way it is. I'm probably gonna be switching out the wheels at some point in the near future. Obviously we got bigger tires we're gonna be putting on it, which are over here. Ooh, there they are. There's the tires. You know, getting new wheels, got new tires. I still want to do the CJM side skirts, to be honest. And, you know, just a couple other small things. Like, I want to get a new seat for the driver's side. I want to get some Corbos. Anyways, it's gonna be a journey. But outside of that, you know, we still have this car. I know it's not much, okay? I know. But she's come a long freaking way over the last year. Like, You know, this car has come a long way, and I know I've started posting a little bit more content about it. It's still very far from being complete. Like I said, I mean, we got the roll bar, we've got that extra fender, we got a new soft top at the shop, and obviously now we gotta fix it because the belts are ripped off, which I don't know if I ever mentioned that. So that night that I went to the shop to work on the car, you know, in the parts car as well, I actually ended up shredding off one of the belts on the Miata, and it pretty much obliterated a coolant line. So we swapped the coolant line from the parts Miata that we had. We tried to put on some new belts, and quite honestly, they weren't the right belts. So it did not work out very well. The car died on the way home. I had to get Garrett to come tow it. That was a whole situation, okay? But we do have the new belts. They're over in that pile over yonder. Got the roll bar. And once we do that, I think we just need to get a seat, clean up the interior a little bit, you know, and basically try to rebuild the motor. I think that's the route that we're gonna end up going. I do wanna kind of just drive it until it blows up. And if it blows up at some point in the next 2 months, knock on garage door material, that's just what it is. That's what's supposed to be, and that's what's meant to be. So we're gonna rock with it, with the oil sharding out of the exhaust, and worst case scenario, we will go buy another parts Miata, or what would be really freaking cool is we could swap a K series motor into it. And I really want to do that. I've recently had a coming to moment. I found out I really like VTEC and I found this out in Assetto Corsa. VTEC sounds cool, man. Like, just imagine a K24A2 in a Miata. I know it's overplayed, but it's cool. Still hopefully have rear wheel drive. I would hope it has rear wheel drive. I don't know how that stuff works. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic. We're just building the ship in there and we're figuring out where it lands. So I want this thing to be a drift car. And I know you're saying like, oh, Miata drift car, that's not, you know, but it's what I want, okay? And I can't afford an S15. I can't afford one yet, right? Until that day comes, drift Miata. And when that day comes that we do get that S15, drift Miata and drift S15, or just a really cool S15. I don't know, I would feel kind of bad drifting an S15 to be honest, but we'll see which way the wind blows and we will figure it out. I am in a good mood today, so I'm talking a lot, but I'm just happy to be done with this install because it took forever and I couldn't drive the car for 2 weeks and I was kind of upset about it and just, it wasn't great, you know? I'm sure y'all know how it is, like when your car is down and just can't drive and it's not fun. So yeah, I know I'm just pacing around my garage. We need more decorations. So if you want to sponsor me and give me some garage decorations, hit me up because I need decor. The only thing I have right now is this rub-a-dub flag, which by the way, I love. And we have a whiteboard that I gotta hang up somewhere. And in addition to that, I also need to 3D print me some pegboard stuff. I think we'll make a video on that too. I wanna 3D print some stuff for this that we can hang up a lot of my tools because right now my toolbox is kind of really small and I'm using this like tool cart thing. And this is honestly a lifesaver, but we still need more space because, well, your boy's kind of filling up on this little toolbox over here. And I would like to free up some space, which will be on this pegboard because toolboxes are really expensive and they take up a lot of room that I don't really have at the moment. Probably throw a toolbox over there, but not really looking to do that. I think the cart serves a good purpose because this is kind of like stuff that I need actively to work on stuff. Obviously we got my giant like socket set over there, which it's gonna live there because this side of the garage is really where I want to keep my projects, which now is hopefully just gonna be the Miata. Yeah, it'll live over there. Anyways, I've been talking a really long time, but if y'all enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe, stick around for some more content. And if you do subscribe, I'll give you a cookie right here. Peace out, Girl Scout. Deuces.